What if one narrow strip of water could shake the entire global economy overnight? Did you know there's a tiny strip of water that controls nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply? It's called the Strait of Hormuz, and if it shuts down, the global economy could feel the shock almost instantly. But what exactly is it, and why is it so powerful? The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman, and then out to the Arabian Sea. At its narrowest point, it's only about 21 miles wide. On one side is Iran. On the other side are Oman and the United Arab Emirates. It may look small on a map, but it carries massive global weight. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most critical oil choke points. Around 20% of the world's petroleum passes through this narrow corridor every single day. Oil and natural gas from countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates must pass through it to reach global markets. Without it, energy supply chains would struggle instantly. For Gulf countries, this strait is their economic lifeline. Their oil exports fund infrastructure, jobs, healthcare, and national development. For Iran, the strait is also a major strategic advantage, giving it significant geopolitical influence. For countries like Oman and the United Arab Emirates, stability in the strait means economic stability at home. If the Strait of Hormuz were shut down, even temporarily, oil prices could skyrocket. Higher oil prices mean higher gas prices, higher transportation costs, more expensive goods worldwide. Stock markets could drop, and inflation could surge. Because of its importance, the strait is heavily monitored. The United States Navy and regional forces regularly patrol the area to ensure freedom of navigation. Any conflict here doesn't stay local. It quickly becomes a global concern. So while the Strait of Hormuz may look like just a thin blue line on a map, it's one of the most powerful economic arteries on Earth. If it flows, the world economy moves. If it stops, the world feels it. And that's why this tiny waterway matters more than most people realize. The Strait of Hormuz is often called a quote, choke point. Why? Because it's so narrow that ships must pass through specific shipping lanes, just a few miles wide in each direction. That means if something blocks those lanes, even briefly, global oil shipments can slow down or stop almost instantly. If the strait were closed for just 30 days, oil supply could drop dramatically. Prices could spike above historical highs. Shipping insurance costs would soar. And countries that import large amounts of oil, like India and China, would face serious economic pressure. Even a short disruption could trigger global recession fears. In a world powered by energy, the Strait of Hormuz isn't just a waterway. It's a reminder that sometimes the smallest places on the map hold the greatest power over our future.